Hi, Dr. Saxena here, and in our series we are talking about some simple stuffs which can really change the outcome of your disease. What I mean to say by outcome of the disease, I just want to talk about something about my bicarbonate today. I spoke about magnesium, and kind of thing is for me bicarbonate is one of the big things, and this really helps in not just one way. We'll see how it helps. This particular product is available in your kitchen cabinets as well as it is there in the ICU emergency rooms. It has been used in emergency room doctors by to save life when it comes down to severe metabolic acidosis. So usually when we talk about bicarbonate therapy in metabolic acidosis, we talk about something like it can be as simple as using for a prolonged period of time something like a baking soda also. This should also make a good trick. What we are talking about always, and my concern about this one is talking about something like inflammation. Inflammation is similar to the fire. If your house is on fire, what are the things you do? You try to see that whatever is there, you try to in the sense you try to extinguish that particular fire. And what is sickness also resembles fire, and it grows, it feeds. The right remedy can extinguish in the first few hours, or it can, once it drips the entire system, it may go beyond the. You need that ICU setup to try to see that what is the. What I'm talking about is that particularly thing called cytokine storm. The moment it tries to, and we had seen the best centers also not able to work out that particular thing. I'm talking about something like inflammatory process which is happening in this present pandemic also. So one thing which we have to be careful, understand is it is not just the cancer which spreads from one to the other group. It's the inflammation also. It's the kind of any inflammatory disease also spreads like that. So, having said so, and which is, I just want to put across that this particular soda bicarbonate, which is a simple thing, it can be, it's like a, it can be not a standalone therapy, but it can be a very good complement to your treatments. This was the reported thing by one country doctor cures cancer with baking soda and maple syrup, and this was one of the things on the news, and large percentage of elements and the most common among, see, this has been used in our thing also in our traditional methods also. And here this is a simple thing called baking soda, which is less soluble than sodium bicarbonate and have a slightly alkaline taste, used in cookery, baking powders, and in medicine. So I'm talking about this particular thing called soda bicarbonate. Soda bicarbonate is used in the medicine as a antacid and alkaline remedy for the stomach acidity. And on account of the large amount of carbon dioxide that is readily released, set free from it, acids, and by heating, it is important component of powders and effervescing mixtures and baking powder. Effectively, what is it doing? It is trying to alkalinize your body. Alkalizing your body has got lot of effects when we talk about from a perspective of functional medicine thing, because almost all the diseases, I can always tell you, any viral, any cancer, any bacterial infection, if you alkalinize your body, if your body is on the this side, the pH of the body is 7, around 7, and I'm sure you're not going to get affected by any kind of virulent problems. Virulence is gets, if you are on this side, in the sense you are around 5 or something like 6, your virulence of all the things, it goes in a, I think it's a geometric progression. It increases. So it's a good idea to keep a simple thing which can always keep your pH to a normal extent. This was one of the things for treatment of influenza. I'm talking about something like Spanish flu, where it was shown that the people who alkalized through soda, bicarbonate of soda, contracted, who got the disease also, they had a mild version of the disease. They didn't get into any major problems. So, pertaining to the present pandemic, what I suggest is when we're talking about what the precautions to be taken, this is one of the important precaution is that you need to take care of your diet. See that don't take acid foods, and try to work on alkalinity, and with this alkaline things, it helps. So this is a simple thing which is a friend indeed, and I can always tell you people can always go for. I was talking about something like uh, this magnesium and bicarbonate baths, Epsom salt baths, which were we used for autism and all that, got very good results with this particular stuff. So a simple thing which has been proven by Dr. Sini, and in fact he has a method. He says every cancer is a fungus, and I'm sure there is a lot of this one. But I can always tell you, by alkalizing the body, you are doing a good thing. Even the cancers can always get. I try to alkalinize. I look at the pH of the urine and saliva. It's a simple thing. Try to use this particular stuff as a marker, and there you are. It can improve so many things, which involves resting potential membrane of your cell voltage. It increases the oxygen levels as well as cell voltage. Nothing better than getting this particular thing. Trying to get into all these things by. So when we are talking about this, you are getting a double whammy in the sense you are increasing the oxygen levels as well as your cell membrane voltage it also improves. So what happens is that if I can tell you something about cancer, where the oxygen saturation in the cell is not proper, as well as the cell membrane voltage is absolutely corrupted. It is not proper. So this, just by adding this particular stuff, you can always go for a quite this one, and this thing we can achieve by a very simple way. What I can tell you is, see, if you are trying to raise your carbon dioxide levels by using bicarbonate or by breathing or retraining, you raise oxygen levels as well as pH and the cell voltage. Now this particular thing is very useful when it comes to real problems, like people in this pandemic had that low oxygenation levels, saturation dropping to 90 or something like that. If they could have understood what is this bicarbonate can do, and still we are trying to we are trying to teach people that yes, you need to look at this particular stuffs so that things becomes easy. Just by detaining yourself or you taking bicarbonate, you are improving the saturations, oxygen saturations, as well as the thing. And this is one thing which is it is not just increasing the cell pH, it is cell voltage and cell oxygen as well as carbon dioxide levels. So big kind of things when it comes to cancer and viral diseases. And this is one thing. It improves the kind of oxygen delivery into the tissues. They call it as a last mile connectivity, and this is one thing which I certainly believe that this has to be properly shown to the people so that things can be easily managed in a proper way. I can always go on and on, but I can always tell you, you need to look at this kind of thing. Increased systemic concentrations of pH buffers leads to reduced intratumoral or peritumoral acidosis, but not just to inhibit the malignant growth. For to keep yourself healthy, you need to follow this particular fruits and all these vegetables. And it can be this increased serum concentrations of bicarbonate can be achieved by oral intake also. So this becomes quite easy, and so it makes sense if in people who have got high pH, particularly people with chronic diseases, as well as people with acidosis, metabolic acidosis, and people with cancer. So this kind of therapy can simply reduce the rate of lymph node involvement and simply reduce the formation of hepatic metastasis in cancer patients. So So with this particular thing, I just want to give you a small kind of thing that you need to have this particular thing. I somewhere in my practice, I tried working with a lot of cancer patients, and I believe this is every single person who has cancer has a pH that is too acidic. So what we are talking about, all cancer has a lower pH, and it's more acidic tumors, more bicarbonate is converted into carbon dioxide. So yes, you need to create a acid-base balance, not just for the tumors or not just for this particular stuff, acidosis and all that. Acid-base balance is balancing by kidney. It's a kind of this pH control by the kidney is very important subject, and I think that by this soda bicarbonate is not only excellent agent for natural chemotherapy, bringing high oxygen levels to increase alkalinity of the cells. It also the most basic medicines we have for kidney disease. Not much people know about how this this can slow the progress of chronic CKD is what we call. But I think always prevention is better than cure. We can always talk about how we can always see that your CKD doesn't progress into the next level. This particular thing, people having into dialysis and all that, they should always they look into this and try to look into what can be done to the dialysis can be reduced. Bicarbonate is one thing which we believe that dialysis using a bicarbonate dialysate bath, oral bicarbonate makes all the difference here. So this has to be properly put across, and we are trying to work it out into a simple thing, because acid-base balance is normally a kidney thing assets, and kidneys are responsible for acid-base balance, and bicarbonate is so important for the kidneys that even the kidneys get into the act of producing bicarbonate. And so we know the common denominator between diabetes and kidney disease is that bicarbonate. So, so all said and done, this is one thing which is being like you are into that kind of constant acidosis cycle, and when the body is hit with reductions in sodium bicarbonate by these two organs, which is one is the kidney, another one the pancreas, acid conditions build up and the entire body physiology suffers. So likewise, this uh, cell after that you get into a cellular deterioration, and this particular thing is a kind of very dynamic. It's a vicious cycle, and kidneys monitor and control the acidity and acid-base balance. If the blood is too acidic, kidneys make more bicarbonate to restore blood pH balance. If the blood is too alkaline, the kidneys excretes bicarbonate into urine. So this is the kind of role of kidneys, and you need to understand this process, and by eating dropping acid, trying to eating a ordinary western diets have chronic low grade acidosis, and we need to go into something like vegan or vegetarian diet so that we can always help it in a proper way. um, this acidosis has to be checked, and what are the things which increases acidosis are your tea, coffee, Coke, Pepsi, and all. Bottled mineral water also is too acidic, and you need to be careful about all this. Normally tell my patients to take something like coconut water. It's one of the best alkaline water, and if we can add soda bicarb is the easiest thing. But yes, we need to always talk about what are the foods which have acidic and foods which are basic. Basic means alkaline. So this is one of the important things which I felt nobody talks about this particular stuff, and unless we talk about this and try to tell people ki, yes, you need to these are the things which has to be done, things can go better. So this way it is we believe that you need to have this simple thing that's shown in this picture. Bicarbonate has utilize the acid conditions required for chronic inflammatory disease. That chronic inflammation was at the tips of the toes, and just by putting on a bicarbonate bath or something like that, it makes a big difference. and using you can always look at all the stuffs what we have discussed, and I can always tell you the soda bicarbonate possesses the property of absorbing heavy metals, dioxins, and furans. And see, cancer tissues has much higher concentration of toxic chemicals and pesticides. So are the people who are taking dialysis. So are the people who are having almost all autoimmune diseases. So this particular thing, which it looks like a very simple solution to most chronic problems, can be easily undertaken, and it doesn't require any big effort. Just you need to go into the kitchen and start taking this particular stuff. So this with this one, I just want you to I hope I had made it clear about what is this thing called baking soda. I can always go on because it helps in diabetes, metabolic acid syndrome, and it helps in these are some of the things which we always have to we figure out. And this is one thing which I can always tell you is you should always try to look at this particular chart where you have got acid on the one side and alkaline on the other. Try to come towards that violet zone, and I'm sure you will not get into any kind of major health issues if you are into see. So this is one thing which over acidosis is one thing which you are prone, not only even your your blood sugar, high blood sugar impact of it increases the way acid waste, and this has to be properly balanced, and otherwise it may result into something like gangrene, kidney failure, as well as blindness. This is this is important thing. This pH balance is the one thing which has a greater risk of complication if the people are not understood this, trying to make the alkalosis, and that is one thing which is a issue. So simple thing which is we all know what is the diabetes and how it works it out and all. So I'd like to that's how I think this is a very small thing which looks like a very it causes a big derangement in the body chemistry, and it not alone just this one, it can work it out on by this is a can cause some things like kidney failure, and it can cause something like liver ability to remove toxins can be reduced by because of this. So so preventing what happens is that if the essence here is, if this acid is not filtered out or stored, can attach to any and can harden the cell wall, further preventing cells from absorbing nutrients. What we talk about cell membrane permeability, which gets affected by this acid, and which is the underlying cause of so many problems. And by this, we are in our integrative medicine also, we are always concerned about that cell membrane permeability, so that there is a proper exodus and intake of nutrients and oxygen and other things, fatty acids happen with that particular thing. And once that is restored, you don't have to really worry about what is your diagnosis, because if you are able to significant reduction in acids will lead to your organ regeneration and improve your health. And that is the kind of thing which I always have been talking. So friends, try to look into what are the fresh vegetable juices can do for you, and look at what are the other things which harm you, like all these pizza, burgers, eliminate refined carbohydrates from your diet, and simple stuff which you should always consider when we think of this. And I somewhere I am happy to share all this information, and this is not a standalone information. You should always take your doctor's advice also, and you can always reach us at this. You can go to my YouTube channel, hashtag Dr. Praveen Saxena, and because these are the educational series which we want every one of you should know before approaching the medical establishment. And if you are able to maintain your acid base balance, you do not have to go to your doctor, and you remove that disc from your ease, and you are always you are disease free. You this ease you keep it you should come into that ease and disconnect that disc. Thank you.